Hi, welcome to Echoes and Edges, the Broken and Beautiful podcast. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Patria, the founder of The Broken and Beautiful. I'm a story and Enneagram coach, and I love to help people weave parts of themselves back together, gently, with skill. Part of being skilled means having many tools in the toolbox of care. I have many, from Allender training to Enneagram training and a whole bunch in between. Far and away, though, one of the most useful tools that I have found is the Enneagram. Why? Because the Enneagram is set up to provide not only information, but pathways for transformation. It's not complicated. It's not easy, but it's not complicated, and it provides a simple way of recognizing why reactivity shows up when and how it does for us. So we're offering you a series on the 9 types, short, simple, and to the point, to help you get started using the Enneagram in a practical way. On today's episode, we'll be talking about Type Fives. So moving on to Type 5, the Type 5s are one of the types that are very observational. Now we're moving to the head types. 5, 6, and 7 are all head types. And Type 5s are very intellectual, typically speaking. Some Type 5s can have a real emotional component because of that 4 wing that can really come in. But Type 5s really tend to be a very emotional, very information-seeking oriented type of person. And their defense is retreating into thought or gathering information in order to avoid a sense of scarcity or depletion and or intrusion. Because privacy, like having their walls up, feeling like they're not going to be intruded on, is part of that defense. So stress often pushes 5s deeper into their interior world. So if we're thinking about the holidays, people that know and love 5s know this, that they tend to go deeper in these moments that are high volume. And so, Ro, how have you noticed that importance for 5s? Or have you noticed how important it is for them to feel resourced? How do they do that?
So I think whether people know their Enneagram type or not, there's a family member, if there's a 5, you'll think about it because they are MIA. Like they're there and then nobody knows where they went. They don't make an announcement they're leaving. They either have literally left the house or they're way back in the bedroom doing something. And so this again, where the Enneagram for themselves and for people around them. Mm-hmm. Suzanne Sabile says they're like a cell phone. And they wake up with a fixed amount of energy and they feel that drain as the day goes on. And the more encounters they have with people, they drain. So there's a healthy withdrawing that they need. And people don't need to be offended. It's not you. It's like they've got to go and they have to recharge. And my challenge to the 5 is you would like to recharge for about 2 hours. But that's maybe not the correct way to do it at this moment. So you go recharge, get some space so you can enter back in to the family dynamics. So it's an in and out for a 5.
Love that.
But they feel, there's a word, I think it's annihilated. I mean, I can't, I'm like, people, woo, you know, and I don't understand just feeling consumed. Yeah. But they can physically feel it.
Yeah.
I think if we can respect that and let them go away. But the flip side is for them to work on the comfort of staying there. Because the thought of entering back into that is already feeling overwhelming. But that's just part of being part of a family. You know, we all can't just do what is comfortable for me, and because families would not function very well. But I think 5s understand that. People around 5s understand it. It's very doable in a social setting.
Yeah, agreed, especially with a little bit of awareness like we're talking about. And sometimes I just want to bring up right there that 2s and 5s are almost like mirror images of each other in this aspect. So I was thinking as you were talking that I often tell 2s, whatever you think you need to find your own self, you probably need to double it. And whatever 5s think they need to find their own selves, they probably need to half it. So it's kind of like... Especially for 2s and 5s in relationship.
Yes, that I am going to steal that. That is awesome.
Oh, that is so, it's just so true. And just how we come with our lenses. Our lenses are on. We can't and we shouldn't change our lenses. Like, we are designed the way that we are, but to understand that we all have our own lens on and they are different from each other. This is part of what I love about the Enneagram, is that it really exposes and expresses those differences. Let's just say one more thing. I think you touched on this already, but where would you say connection becomes just as nourishing as solitude for type 5s? This might be a surprising question, that, talking about the unfolding of grace for type 5s. What would you say about that?
I think we are full-bodied people and we have 3 centers of intelligence. Mm-hmm. And for any of us to really function wholeheartedly, we have to use all 3 centers. And it's 4 or 5, that head is so heavy. Yeah. And so sometimes they have to get up to move that body so they can connect to their heart. Because there's not a human being who doesn't long for connection to another person. Yeah. Their path to get there is just maybe a little bit more complex. Mm-hmm. So I would encourage a 5, how for you can you pull on all 3 centers of intelligence to move toward another person in connection and relationship?
I love that. I was thinking as you were talking too about a word I would drop here for 5s to contemplate is trust. That to trust that you have enough, and that people need you, yes, but there are healthy others in the world that are not here to consume you. And that being in a relationship and the mess of relationship is not automatically intrusion and consumption. And so that's just a challenge for type 5s as you're in relationship and as you go into the holidays, where it might get loud and overwhelming for the sensitive, because type 5s are very sensitive. If this episode resonates with you, follow or subscribe to Echoes and Edges on your favorite podcast platform. Leave a 5-star review and share with a friend who might need a gentle invitation to self-understanding. Echoes and Edges is produced and edited by Stephen R. Sanders. Music promoted by Envato. Echoes and Edges is part of the VividLivid Podcast Network, where bruises speak and healing finds its voice.